Today I'm going to show you how to change out this lock and reconnect it to the cord that runs in here, how to change out these little tilt latches here on this old Ultimate Double Hung that was produced from 1998 to I believe 2014 if I remember correctly. So let's get to it. So there's two ways to change out this tilt latch here in this mechanism. The first one I'm going to show you is to take off this clad piece, which I can almost guarantee none of you are going to want to do. But I'm going to show you how to do it so you can see how all this is hooked up. I'm going to go ahead and take a regular glazing putty knife. There's a piece of glazing tape that this is glazed onto. We're going to go ahead and cut that glazing tape. All right, to protect the glass, we're going to go ahead and take this putty knife here and this little flat bar. We're going to go ahead and take this off. You're kind of going to go up and out this way. Since this is a narrow sash, to get this piece off, I'm going to go ahead and take off this clad side piece here. And this would also be the same thing you would do if you needed to change out your glass. This piece comes out here like that. Okay, that'll give us access to take this out. And just so you guys can see how this whole mechanism works, I'm going to go ahead and take this side off. Now you can see how this whole mechanism works. There's a cord that goes through here. When you move it like this, it brings those little latches in. So obviously this is the easiest way to change these out, where you can just grab this cord, disconnect it from there, and just redo it all. But I'm going to show you how to do it without having to remove any of these clad pieces. First I'm going to show you if you ever have to change out this lock or the insert, or say if the painter removed this and took out the little insert and detached the cable from that. Let me show you the easiest way to do that without having to remove any of that. And you can see here the cable that's in here. To go ahead and try to get that lined up with that could be a little challenging. As you can see, when you push that in there, the cable doesn't stay. So one way to get this cable reattached to this piece here is to simply take a drill, take this piece here and drill a hole through it. And we're going to go ahead and put this in here, and we're going to take a look at the orientation of that cable, and you're going to try to line it up the best you can. Now you can take that crochet hook without even taking off the clad. Then you can spin this to where you feel tension on it, and then with that back in place like that, you could put that back in there, and then your cable's reattached. But if you have to replace these tilt latches, go ahead and remove that lock again. We'll pull that off of there. So if you ever have to replace these, go ahead and just take out the screws. Pull that out. Now you can see it's going to be very difficult to get that reattached to that. So what I do is I go ahead and detach this. So that's separate, and you can go ahead and change this out with a new one. And if this becomes detached, or you need to change that out, let's pull that cord all the way through, and then you can change out this cord. If you ever have to rethread this, it's kind of hard just to push that in there, right? So we'll go ahead and detach that from that. So in order to thread this through, I took one of these old tie bars out of an old Marvin Case Master, and I took a hacksaw and cut a little groove there. That way I can put the cord on there like that. Go ahead and take this bar and run it through. Now I'll take some needle nose vice grips onto this piece here, hold on to it like that, and I will hook that back on there. You should be able to do that by still looking in the hole, although I'm giving you a good visual here. And you can still pull on it, just like that. And now you can take your tilt latch while you still got tension on this. Remember, you can still pull on it, or you can even have a piece of tape or something to hold that down to give you a little bit more room. Okay, I'm going to hold this in a little bit like that. Let me go ahead and detach this. Now I can hook this back up to this hole here. Get one side started, and you can get the other side in there just like that. And now you got this hooked up. Go ahead and screw those back on. Yes, I see that's not fully in the hole. Of course, you're not going to know that if you don't have the clad piece on there, but it'll be just fine if it's not in there perfectly. Now, since this goes this way when the tilt latch mechanism works, we want to make sure that this is spun all the way counterclockwise. Now we can put the lock on, just like brand new. Now you saw how I removed all these clad pieces. This is how you would also, if you ever need to reglaze this window or replace the glass. We usually tell you to order a new sash, but if that is not an option, you can go ahead and you saw how I popped these off earlier. And then once you get all of the pieces off, all you have to do is flip the sash over, take a putty knife, go around this way, do several passes all the way around to cut that silicone, and this glass will fall out. And then you can go ahead and clean it up. Put a fresh bead of sealant, clean off any of this tape and replace this tape. I'll usually take a sharpened flat bar, scrape this off, and I'll replace it with new. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this piece on next. And if you ever had to replace this piece, obviously this is how you would do it. I have had to replace those in the field before. And you see how this piece is still stuck to there. We're gonna go ahead and put that back. Red lines go towards the inside of the glass. As you can see, there's a connecting barb and kerf that goes in there. It pops on here like this. Long inside into the clad. If this video helped you out, please consider hitting the subscribe button below. Thank you for watching and have a great day.